Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with A plus by Strosahl. So we have normal 6 by 6 Sudoku rules, meaning in each row, each column, that's a column, each column, and 2 by 3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have killer cages in the grid. So the cages are these cells surrounded by dotted lines, right? So the cells inside the cage, or the digits in the cage, first of all, can't repeat. So normally Sudoku would let me put a 1 here and a 1 here. But because you notice it's red, because they are sharing the same cage. And within the same cage, you cannot repeat a digit. Additionally, the digits in the cage sum to the value in the top left. However, the sum has been a little bit obfuscated in that they're all A plus some number, or just A. And so whatever A is, let's say A was 3. Let's pick something better. Say A was 5. That would mean that these 3 cells sum to 8, 5 plus 3. And so if A were 5, and that would mean these sum to 8, we could do, say, 1, 2, 5, and that would sum to 8. That would be one way if A were 5. Not sure if it is or not. All right, cool. And that's it. It's up to us to determine what A is. A can be any integer. And that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. Well, I can do the biggest narrowing ever from any integer to 1 to 6, because these individual cells are A. And so that means A has to be 1 through 6. So that's a good start. Now, let's think about, we have all 3 cell cages. So the minimum a 3 cell cage can add to is 6, because we can't repeat digits. So the minimum we could do is 1, 2, 3, and that would make it 6. And so that means A is at least 3. So I'm actually going to just record within here our options for A. Now, what is the maximum that 3 could add to? Well, that's going to be 4, 5, 6, the 3 biggest digits in the puzzle. And that adds to 15. So what's our biggest? Our biggest is 12 here. And so that means that our biggest digit can be 3, because 3 plus 12 is 15. So actually we know it's 3. So we've just narrowed it down to be only 3. That means this does add to 6 with 1, 2, 3. And actually, because of the 3 that we placed, we can actually place that. And that means this is 4, 5, 6 adding to 15. All right, and now we just gotta, what do we want to do next? We just gotta remember what these are. 3 is in this cage, and so that's the A. So the other 2 digits add to 8. And so the other 2 digits are gonna be not 1, 7. They could be 2, 6, and not 3, 5. So this actually has to be 2, 3, 6. All right, that's interesting. Because the 3 was forced into it, and we can't repeat the 3, we have to be 2, 3, 6. All right, and that means these aren't 6, because they share a box with a 2, 3, 6, making this a 6. And then this is the 1 that's missing. All right, so similarly, 3 is forced into this cage, so that's the A. So the other 2 add to 9. It's not going to be 3, 6, so it has to be 4, 5. So this is 3, 4, 5. Not 3, 6, we have to repeat the 3, right? So that means this is 1, 2, 6, and the 1 is placed, actually. So that gives us the 2 and the 1. That gives us the 6 and the 2. So 6 is our 6. The other 2 add to 3, the A. So that's 1 and 2. That's our 3. All right, that's not 3. That places the 3 in this box. This is going very smoothly. We doot in the corner. These 3 digits, the 1 is placed. And then we need the 4 and 5. Not resolved yet. But that actually gives us the 6 in this row. All right, can we force anything else, or do we just need to think about these? This adds to 10 without the 2 or 3. So the minimum digits I can put in here are 1, 4, 5. And 1, 4, 5 adds to 10. So we get the 1. That has to be what it is. We get the 1 here. We got a bunch of 4, 5s that need to resolve. That's maybe I can resolve those last. That would be fun. 2, 4, 5 here. That's not a 2. And so here we have 4. What is it? 1, 4, 5. So the 1 in this column is placed, and this is 4, 5. We already have a 4, 5 pair here. Okay, so what does this add to? This adds to 12. So these 2 have to add to 11. That has to be 5, 6, and that's going to resolve our 4, 5s, unfortunately. So this can't be 6. This is our 5, and that's our 6. Giving us the 4 and the 5, and the 5 and the 4, and the 5 and the 4, and the 5 and the 4. All right, gives us 4 and 5 here. That's our 2. That's 2 and 6. All right, and I guess we don't actually need this cage and the way we solved it, but that's okay. We need the 3 here, and then these 2 digits are the 2 and the 4, and we're done. And just to double check, 2, 3, 4 adds to 9. A plus 6, 3 plus 6 is 9. Cool. Or this is our A, and then we have 6. Cool. Neat puzzle, Strosahl. I enjoyed that. We did whittle down A pretty quickly. We went from an infinite number, countably infinite number of options down to 1 to 6, and then this gave us that it had to be minimum 3, and this gave us that it had to be maximum 3. That was neat. All right, and I liked forcing the 3 into this cage and into this cage, which really restricted what the other sum could be, which was nice. The other sum being like, okay, the 3 is our A, so the other 2 add to 9. I think that was neat also. I like that logic. All right, cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed this as well. If you did, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.